Hey everyone, hope all is well. First, a quick story. When the Second World War came to an end, the British took some German civilians around the Belsen concentration camp. And why did they do this? To show them what their own soldiers had done during the war. It was reported that one of the civilians had said, "What terrible criminals these prisoners must have been to receive such treatment." Not uttered by a guard, but by a civilian. The just world hypothesis is a cognitive bias in which we as human beings try to make sense of a world that is unfortunately unjust. We like to believe noble acts lead to reward and bad actions result in punishment. And so when we see bad things happen to good people and good to bad, there is a tendency to view such situations in a way that reduces this sense of guilt or discomfort. I have been fascinated by this concept for a long time because when it comes to activism and political discourse, you see this process play out quite often. I mean, here are a few examples. Poverty. Well, if they just worked harder, the system would reward them accordingly. Obesity. They clearly just need to take better care of their eating habits. The refugee crisis. These families are so irresponsible taking their young children on rafts and putting their lives in danger like that. Sexual assault. She had been drinking, and well, she may have not made it clear enough that she didn't want to have sex. Or police brutality. If he had just stayed out of trouble, it would have never have come to this. It is unfortunate to have this mental starting point in which you approach any news of tragedy as being something that was self-created by the victim. But it happens with many of us, because by convincing yourself that a victim gets what they deserve, it helps you solidify this belief that, well, it could never happen to you. And to fall for this mentality reduces the likelihood that you would sympathise with a victim. You'd become less likely, therefore, to help them as well. The just world hypothesis means it's likely that there are large sums of people who are apathetic. And this can be a real challenge to anyone who is trying to fight for societal or systemic change. Take the battle against mass surveillance, for example. There are many people out there who think, well, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to worry about. But as NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden has pointed out, that is no different from saying that you don't care about freedom of speech because you have nothing to say. Or consider Occupy Wall Street. When that was happening, there was some condemnation coming from other working and middle class people, saying things like, "I work 2 jobs, I just about get by, but you don't hear me complaining." When I'm there thinking, but they should be complaining. They're on the same team. In that moment in time, they're actually defending an unjust system which is serving them poorly. You may be thinking of examples right now of times where you've personally experienced this mindset. I mean, I think we're all guilty of it. So it's a question of what can be done about it? What are the solutions? Well, firstly, I think it's about being aware of it, and hopefully this video has helped do that. Secondly, accepting reality for what it is. Yes, sometimes good things happen to good people, but sometimes they happen to bad people as well. And what does good and bad even mean? A complicated world requires nuanced interpretation wherever possible. And thirdly, take action, organise, do whatever you can to help us move towards having an actual just world. That can be done by identifying the root causes to the problems we face, or by bringing awareness and helping develop the necessary solutions. Because it's not just about the way we think about these injustices in the world, it's about the actions we can take in response to these things as well. So thank you for watching this video. Please do comment with your thoughts. I'd be really interested to read them. And please like and share the video as well if you'd be so kind. This is the start of me making weekly videos again. Last week I launched a Patreon account and we're almost halfway already to my goal. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported me. If you haven't seen it already, go to patreon.com/MilesDyer. There's a video there explaining exactly why I'm doing it. And yeah, it just feels good to be back. So thank you for watching and adios till next time.